Hi, welcome to Math Mania. With this video, you will be able to access a game that focuses on learning numbers 1 through 30. You will be able to access a game about shapes. You will be able to access a game about colors. There's a game for addition, there's a game for subtraction, a game for multiplication, and a game for division. All the games are played pretty much the same. The lesson plan goes into detail of just the few variances on the games. Each game has a skip card that allows students to skip the next player whose turn it is. They have a switch card that allows them to switch the color that they are playing. So if it's on green, they may switch it to yellow. A reverse allows them to reverse the direction that the game is being played. And there are number cards so that they are practicing their numbers 1 through 30, and those will just come up in the draw pile. And there are equation problems. So once you have all of your cards ready and cut out, you are ready to play the game. Every student gets 5 cards. And you have all your skips mixed in, all your reverses, all your switches, all your number cards, and all your word problem cards are all going to be mixed up in that same pile. So once everything's all mixed up, everybody gets 5 cards. When I start playing this game with the students, I have them lay the cards out in front of them so that I can help them when they get stumped on how to add something, or if they have something that they don't realize they have. So I would suggest that. It just helps the game go smoother, and they're still getting their practice. There's just more guidance that's available. So everybody has 5 cards in front of them. I have my 5 cards, and student A has their 5 cards. And we have 1 card flipped over to start the game. In this case, it's 7 plus 10 in red. So that means that we are playing red cards, or anything that equals 7 plus 10, which is 17. And all the remainder of the cards go next to the discard pile. That is your draw pile. So it's student A's turn to play first, and I have them lay out their cards in front of them in piles of all the yellow, all the blue, all the green, all the red. It's just much easier for them to find what they need. Very hard to play with them having them in their hands, at least initially, unless you're playing with older kids. So when it's student A's turn, this student doesn't have a red card, so they have a reverse and a skip in their hand. They could play either of those, or they could choose to draw from the draw pile. So if they play the skip, that would skip me, and it would be the next person's turn. If they play reverse, it would make the game go the opposite direction. If they choose to draw from the draw pile, they draw, put it in the correct color, and then it becomes the next person's turn. So say they drew. Now their turn is over, and it's my turn. I have a red 8 plus 8. So I can't simply just play this because it's red, because that really isn't helping me with my addition. So my requirements are to say, I have 8 plus 8 equals 16, and put that down on the pile. Now I offer my students 10 frames next to them so that they can add this. Some students I give a pile of manipulatives, and what I've even done in the past is have them add their stuff and write their numbers on their cards before we start. That's when my cards are laminated. There's variations that you can do to help guide them, or you can simply help them do a count on, use a number line, anything that will help them. But the whole focus is adding. So if I don't know how to add 8 plus 8, I can use my 10 frame. I can say 8 and add 8 more fingers. I can put my finger on 8 on my number line and count over 8 more. However, I need to get to 16. Once I've said 8 plus 8 is 16, it's the next person's turn. Now they must play a red card, or they could play a 10 plus 6 in any color, or an 8 plus 8 in any color. Anything that equals 16, no matter what the color, they can play. They can also play an 8 plus 8 in a yellow or a green because it's a mimic of this card. So there are two ways to play, are by color or by answer. So they play, next person's turn, and we play until somebody runs out of cards. That person is the winner. And this game, I've been playing it for over 12 years and it never gets old. My students absolutely love playing this game. It is usually one of the things that I hand out at the beginning of the year as a homework. I don't give a lot of homework, but this would be something that I would say, hey, play Math Mania for 15 to 20 minutes tonight. That's your homework. And they do it. They love this game. They can play it with brothers and sisters. They can play it with mom and dad. And I have played this game virtually since we have been teaching from home with my grandkids. And so what I do is I will show the card that is up. So we're on red, and then everyone knows we're playing red, and then everyone virtually takes their turn, and if it changes, then I put the new one up. My screen is always facing down on the color that we're playing in case they forget. All they have to do is look up. My screen is shared. It's a little more challenging to play distance, but you can do it, and the students seem to enjoy it almost just as much. I hope that you enjoy the games and they bring a lot of learning to your students. Enjoy.